Hi students, welcome to Guru Smart channel. Today we are going to discuss about coordinate geometry concept. This is most very important in this lesson. Today and tomorrow I am going to explain so many shortcuts. So these shortcuts are very easy and you will get any problem within 30 seconds or 20 seconds only. Even the area of the triangle also you can find within 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Like that we can do this coordinate geometry. So don't waste time. So we'll start the lesson. Now before going to start the lesson you have to do one like. So okay. So coordinate geometry. What is coordinate geometry means? Coordinate system means that is x-axis, y-axis and planes will be there, and geometry means those are the figures, 2 dimensions and 3 dimensional figures are there. So this 2 dimensional, 3 dimensional figures and this coordinate geometry mixing is called coordinate geometry. In this what we have learned means first axis. So any line which is horizontal, that is called x-axis. Any line which is horizontal to axis of the earth, that is called x-axis. The perpendicular to the horizontal line is called y-axis. So the intersection of these two axes is called origin. The intersection of these two axes is called origin. From the origin, if you go to the right side, those values will be positive values 1, 2, 3 and so on. From the origin, if you go upwards, then those are also positive values 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is x dash. X dash means negative. So from the origin if you go left side, then it will be minus values. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, these are all equal intervals. They are at equal intervals. And from the origin if you go downwards, it will be minus values, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, like that. So and so on, like this will be there. So this is a y dash, this is y. Now clearly you observe this total plane is divided by x-axis and y-axis into 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts. Each equal part is called quadrant. So this is a first quadrant Q1, this is second quadrant, this is Q2, and this is third quadrant Q3, and this is a fourth quadrant, this is Q4. In this quadrant 1, see these x values are all positive. So we can say plus, this y values are all positive. So plus. So we can say plus and plus, or x greater than 0 because the first element is x and second element is y, and y greater than 0. In the second quadrant, if you clearly observe, what will you get? This x values are negative, so minus, this y values are positive, so plus. So here clearly we can say that x less than 0 and y greater than 0. In the third quadrant, if you observe, x values are negative and y values are also negative. So we can say minus and minus, that is x less than 0 and y less than 0. In the fourth quadrant, we can say that x values are positive and y values are negative. So we can say that plus and minus, that is x greater than 0 and y less than 0. So in this axis only I am explaining each and everything. You have to clearly understand, and you have to write the exam, today exam, concept exam. So about this concept only I am going to give, and new concept is there means that is also I will give. So clearly you listen in the class. Now in this total x-axis and y-axis and origin, if you observe clearly, if I take x value is 1, x value is 1. So if I take x is equal to 1, this is a x is equal to 1 line, x is equal to 1 line. So this x is equal to 1 line is parallel to y-axis, x is equal to 2, line is also parallel to y-axis, x is equal to 3, line is also parallel to y-axis. So means if I take x is equal to k, this is a line which is parallel to y-axis, this is the line which is parallel to y-axis. If I take x value any key, so if I take x is equal to minus 2, this is also parallel to y-axis. If I take x is equal to minus 15, that is also parallel to y-axis. Means x value whatever I am taking, that is parallel to y-axis. So you remember this one, in exam they may ask x is equal to k, line is parallel to dash. So you have to write parallel to y-axis. For example, if I substitute x value is 0. Now what is this? So x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, x is equal to 0. This is the line. So you clearly observe x is equal to 0 this is the line. So this is nothing but y-axis. So the equation of y-axis is x is equal to 0. Like this we got the equation of the y-axis. So the equation of y-axis is x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 is the equation of y-axis. Similarly, if I take y is equal to 1, this is a line parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to 2, this is the line parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to 15, this is the line parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to minus 20, that is the line parallel to x-axis. Means whatever the value I am taking, so that is a k. Let us suppose variable k. So y is equal to k is a line which is parallel to x-axis. Y is equal to k which is a line parallel to x-axis, isn't it? So y is equal to minus 3. So this is also parallel to x-axis. Now if I substitute y is equal to 0, means y is equal to minus 3, y is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 2, y is equal to 1, y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0, this is the line. This is nothing but equation of x-axis. Equation of x-axis. This is the equation of y-axis. So you have to remember like this. So equation of x-axis means y is equal to 0. Equation of y-axis means x is equal to 0. So, and also we have to learn more about this coordinate geometry concept. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, this is the origin, this is x dash and this is y dash. Now if any line is making some angle with x-axis in positive direction, if any line is making some angle with x-axis in positive direction, then that is called inclination. That is called inclination. So the tan theta of that inclination, is called slope of the line. M is equal to tan theta. So you remember this one most very important. Any line which is making positive direction in x-axis some angle, that angle is called inclination of the line. Inclination of the line. The tan theta of that inclination is called slope of the line. The tan theta of that inclination is called slope of the line. So axis we completed, now slope. Now I am going to explain full details about slope. So tan theta is equal to m theta, m is equal to tan theta. So that is called slope of the line. If theta is given, means theta is equal to 30 degrees and theta is equal to 45 degrees, like this will be given, means m is equal to tan theta. A line which is making with x-axis 45 degrees angle, then slope of the line they may ask. So tan 45 is 1, so the slope of the line is 1. Like that we have to remember. Now if line is given, if line only given means what is the slope of the line? So m is equal to minus a by b. What is the line? Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Already I explained. So in the pair of linear equation I explained that is a line. So ax plus by plus c is equal to line. If it is a line, then slope of the line. So what we have to write? M is equal to minus a by b. M is equal to minus a by b means minus x coefficient by y coefficient, minus x coefficient by y coefficient. For example, 2x plus 3y plus 6 is equal to 0. What is the slope of the line? Minus 2 by 3, because 2x plus 3y I told us, so minus 2 by 3. Next, if 2 points are given, x1, y1, x2, y2. So those are in any 2 points in the coordinates. Then what is the slope of the line? Then that is we know very well. M is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. M is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this is the most very important, these three formulas. So we have to remember. Now we are going to discuss about slope of the x-axis and slope of the y-axis, isn't it? This x-axis and y-axis are perpendicular to each other, we know very well. If this line is close to the x-axis like this, now sometimes the line coincident with x-axis, then the angle will be 0. Angle will be 0. Theta is equal to 0 degrees. So that line is coincident with x-axis, so there is no slope. So means it is a parallel to x-axis, it is a coincident with x-axis. So we can say that the slope of the line is equal to slope of the x-axis, isn't it? Because it is coincident with x-axis, we can say that slope of the line is equal to slope of the x-axis. Now we can come to know that slope of the x-axis, slope of the line, both are equal. Now slope of the line what? So m is equal to tan theta. m is equal to tan 0. So m is equal to 0. M is equal to 0 means slope of that line is 0. So again slope of the x-axis 0 because that is coincident with x-axis. So slope of the x-axis 0, most very important, slope of the x-axis is 0. If the line is moving towards this y-axis, so like this, sometimes it may coincide with y-axis. So we are making angle here. So what is the angle? 90 degrees. So m is equal to tan 90 degrees. M is equal to undefined or can't say or infinite, we can say anything. So means the slope of the line is undefined, the slope of the line is infinite. So we can say that the slope of the line is equal to slope of the y-axis because it is coincident. So we can say the slope of the line is undefined or infinite. Slope of the y-axis is also undefined. Slope of the y-axis is also undefined. So we now got the slope of the x-axis 0 and slope of the y-axis is 0. Now we have to say that slope of the line which is parallel to x-axis and slope of the line parallel to y-axis. So see here, this is the line parallel to x-axis. Slope of the line x-axis is 0 and slope of the line which is parallel to x-axis, that is also 0 because it is parallel. So otherwise we can say that, so x-axis means what? Y, it is parallel to y-axis means was y is equal to 3 something value. So there is no x value. So 0 means minus a by b formula, minus 0 by 1. So 0. Like that also we can say that. So the slope of the line which is parallel to x-axis is 0 and the slope of the line which is parallel to y-axis is undefined. So you have to remember, most very important. And also most very important, one more thing I'm going to explain. That is, if two lines are parallel to each other, just now we discussed the slope of the x-axis 0 and slope of the line which is parallel to x-axis 0 means what? Parallel lines are equal slopes. That is you have to remember. So this is a line which is having slope 1, this is a line which is having slope m2. So this is a line which is having slope minus a1 by b1, this is also having slope minus a1 by b1 because slopes are equal. So we can say that m1 is equal to m2, most very important, in the exam they may ask. So in the poly set they have given about this one not. So perpendicular slope, find the slope of the line which is perpendicular to the given line, they have asked. So for this purpose you have to remember this concept. So we don't say 10th syllabus only will be coming, 10th related syllabus also will be coming in the exam. So we have to remember the previous year, means the previous syllabus also and coming syllabus also. We have to know all, each and everything. Now if two lines are parallel then the slopes are equal. This is most very important. If two lines are parallel then the slopes are equal. If two lines are perpendicular, so this is the slope m1, this is the slope m2. Okay, so this is the slope minus a1 by b1. This is the slope, we can say that b1 by a1, because it is perpendicular, So if you do m1 into m2, so what will you get? Minus a1 by b1 into b1 by a1. So a1 cancel, b1 cancel, minus 1. So you remember this one, most very important. If two lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of the slopes is minus 1. If two lines are parallel, then the slopes are equal. If the two lines are perpendicular, then the product of the slopes of these two lines are minus 1. Product of the slopes is minus 1. So this is the concept of the slope. Next we are going to discuss about intercepts. If a line which is intersecting x-axis, so that is, we can say that, so here a line is which is intersecting x-axis means there is no y value, so y is equal to 0. In the on the x-axis there is no y value, so we can say that y is equal to 0. If a line which is intersecting y-axis, then x is equal to 0. For example, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, which is a line which is intersecting x-axis. Intersecting x-axis means ax plus 0 plus c is equal to 0. So ax is equal to minus c and ax is equal to minus c by a. Means we can say that minus c by a comma 0. This is the point which is going this line. The same line which is intersecting y-axis means x is equal to 0. So by plus c is equal to 0 and y is equal to minus c by b. So that means 0 comma minus c by b is the point which is passing to this line. So like that we can say intersect means a line which is intersecting x-axis at intersecting at x-axis at minus c by a comma 0 and which is intersecting y-axis at 0 comma minus c by b. So that is the line. We can say that intercept form means we have to take like this. See, I am saying, see, this is the line which is intersecting x-axis and intersecting y-axis. This is the intercept form, we can say that. So that different lines is there, in that we will discuss that one. Now, distance. So distance formula you know very well. So if two points are in the same plane, then the joining of these 2 points is called line. So our distance. So the joining of these 2 points is distance. So what is the distance formula? We know very well. Root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So the same formula we can write like this also. Root over x minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. The same formula also we can write at root over x1 minus x2 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. The same formula we can write like this also. Root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, because a minus b whole square is equal to b minus a whole square. That is one. Next means which of the following is the distance of the 2 points they will give. So in the 3 options are looking like same and one more option is different. So you have to choose the different one. Which of the following is not a distance they will give. Now if this is a origin and this is a point p x comma y, so or x1 y1, so find the distance from the origin to a point. The distance from the origin to a point means we have to do the squaring of these two. So x1 square plus y1 square, x1 square plus y1 square. So that is the distance. Next, section formula. AB is a line. This AB line is intersecting by P point. A is a x1 y1, B is a x2 y2 and P is a x comma y. So it is intersecting this line in the ratio m is to n, m1 is to m2. We can say that. Now this P is internally dividing the line, so we can say that this is an internal point. So P is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. And again this one m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So we need not to by have this formula. So I am going to say, listen here, 1 2 2 1 by 1 plus 2. So if you remember this one, you can easily remember. See, 1 2 2 1 by 1 plus 2. m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So like that we can easily remember. So m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2. m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. Like this. So 1 to 2 1 by 1 to 2 1 by 1 plus 2. 1 to 2 1 by 1 plus 2. Like this we can remember easily. This is internally dividing this point. So if the same line AB is there, if Q is a exterior point which is dividing the line in the m1 is to m2, this is externally, then we can say that Q is equal to m1 x2 minus m2 x1 by m1 minus m2. Again m1 y2 minus m2 y1 by m1 minus m2. Okay, in sometimes, see this P point is here, this Q point is here. Sometimes what will be there is the AB is a line, P will be the midpoint, means so what is the distance is there, this is also same, means this is 1, this is 1. If you take 5 and 5, so 5 ones are 5 ones are 1 1 only. If you take 2 and 2, so 2 ones are 2 ones are 1 1 only. So if the midpoint means the distance are same, so how much distance 1? So that the distance also 1. So we can say that, so here m value is 1, x value. So here m value and m2 value 1 1, so this is 2, here also 1, here also 1, here also 1 plus 1 2. So we will get the midpoint x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. That is the midpoint of the line, midpoint of the line. So the section formula also completed. Now in this section formula only I am going to give the shortcut. Now I am going to give the shortcut. Tomorrow 15 models are all are shortcuts only, listen very carefully. So shortcut for so P and B, this is x1, y1, x comma y, x2, y2. So find the ratio in which this line is dividing in the ratio. They will ask, find the ratio. What you have to do means, see here, x1 minus x is to x minus x2, x minus x2. This is the shortcut. So we need not to write the formula and substitute the values and bringing these terms and bringing that sum. So like this we need not to do. So using direct formula, shortcut formula we can do. Again also one more like this also we can do, that is y1 minus y is to y minus y2, y1 minus y is to y minus y2. This is the shortcut. And also one more thing I am going to explain. A line which is dividing x-axis, see this is the line L, this line is divided by x-axis, in the what ratio they will ask. For example, here a point is there, here also a point is there, so this is the dividing, in the what ratio they will ask. So at that time minus y1 is to y2, that is the shortcut formula, minus y1 is to y2. If a line is divided by x-axis means minus y1 is to y2. If the same line is divided by y-axis, this is y-axis, this is a L, then minus x1 is to x2. A line which is divided by x-axis is minus y1 is to y2, so that is the ratio, and a line which is divided by y-axis, that is minus x1 is to x2. So these are the three important shortcuts in the section formula. So we need not to write the m1 x2 plus m2 x1 in the competitive exam. So for explaining, that is the formula, this is the shortcuts. Now area. So area of the triangle, so area of the triangle means what? The plane which is covered by area, that is called area of the triangle. So if it is having 3 vertices, then delta is equal to half modulus. See here, I am going to give 1 2 3. This is a triangle. So 1 after 2, 2 after 3, 3 after 1. So that is the shortcut. So x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 plus x3 y1 minus y2. So delta is equal to half modulus x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. So this is the formula. Using this formula we can find the area of the triangle. But now I am going to say shortcut. So we need not to do this one. If you do this one in exam, you will take 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So now I am going to say shortcut, that is a x1 y1, b x2 y2, c x3 y3. So what we have to do means, in these 3 points, which is the least point you have to select. In that least point, so cancel that least point. For example, this is the least point, cancel this one. Then you will get the new points. Those are x1 y1. This point will be x1 y1. That point will be x2 y2. So delta is equal to only shortcut formula of modulus x1 y2 minus x2 y1. So this is the shortcut formula. Tomorrow I am going to explain this how we have to use. So tomorrow class, don't miss it. Next, in this area only, area of the quadrilateral they will ask. See, of modulus x1 minus x2 y1 minus y2, x1 minus x3 y1 minus y3. So this is the formula. If you do cross multiplication x1 minus x2 into y1 minus y3 minus x1 minus x3 into y1 minus y2, that is the area of the triangle. That is the area of the triangle. If you want to quadrilateral, then x1 minus x2 y1 minus y2. Next here x3 minus x4 and y3 minus y4. So this is the area of the quadrilateral. Area of the quadrilateral we can do. Otherwise, we know very well. First of all, using this shortcut, we will find the using 3 points, and after that again 3 more points will be there. Again using this shortcut, again we will find the one more area. Then add. So you will get the area of the quadrilateral. Next, collinear. If the area of the triangle is 0, then those are called collinear. So here A, B, C. If 3 points are lying on the same line, then these 3 points are collinear. So we can say that AB plus BC, that is equal to AC. So those are the collinear. This is a condition 1. Collinear condition 1. If AB plus BC is equal to AC, means distance between AB and distance between AC, if you add these two, then distance between AC, that is the collinear condition 1. And second condition, area of the triangle ABC is 0. Area of the triangle ABC 0. So that is the second condition. So if the 3 points are collinear, then they find the K value. So they will ask. Using the shortcut we can find. Otherwise, one more shortcut is that is x1 by x2 is equal to y1 by y2. Tomorrow I am going to explain this shortcut. x1 by x2 is equal to y1 by y2, or x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2, also we can say that. Now, and third condition is slope of this AB is equal to slope of this BC. Slope of AB is equal to slope of BC, because only same line. A slope of AC, a slope of AB is equal to slope of AC, a slope of BC is equal to slope of AC. So we can say that like that. So this is the third condition. So if 3 points are collinear, these 3 are most very important conditions. Next, fourth vertex. So what is the fourth vertex means? See here. So A, B, C, D are the vertices of the quadrilateral. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. x3, y3. So we don't know. So we have to find the value is like this. So we want this one, means this 2 add and this is subtract, means x1 plus x3 minus x2, comma y1 plus y3 minus y2. This is also tomorrow I am going to explain, most very important. So x1 plus x3 minus x2, y1 plus y3 minus y2. For example, if you want this one, then you have to do x1 plus x3 minus x4, y1 plus y3 minus y4. For example, you want this one, means you have to do x2 plus x4 minus x3, y2 plus y4 minus y3. So like this we can find any point on the quadrilateral. If you know 3 points, so fourth point you can easily find. Next, different lines. We have to find the different lines. So how to do different lines? See here. First one, this is a line y is equal to mx, means a line which is passing through origin. A line which is passing through origin. So they may ask which of the following is the line which is passing through origin. About concept they may ask, means like this. Which of the line which is passing through origin means y is equal to mx. Second one. So y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. So means if you substitute y is equal to 0, then x is equal to minus c by m. Minus c by m means like this. So this is the y-intercept form. Y-intercept form we can say that. So intercept form slope of the line is m, and its intercept form we can say that. So y-intercept form. Next, third one. So this is a line y is equal to m into x1 minus x1 plus c. Y is equal to m into x minus x1 into x1. So y is equal to m into x minus x1 plus c. So this is the intercept and slope form. Intercept and slope form. This is the intercept form. This is the intercept and slope form. This is the slope form. Next, fourth one. So line y is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is the 2 points form. 2 points form. x1 y1 a b x2 y2. If you know 2 points, then the line is this one. Y is equal to y2 minus 1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. And the intercept form, this is slope and intercept form. This is point and slope form. Point and slope form. This is the 2 points form. This is the intercept form. X by a plus y by b is equal to 1. X by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So this is the proofs, no need. So you have to remember these formulas. This is the slope form. This is the slope and intercept form. This is the slope and point form. This is the 2 points form. This is the intercept form. So x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So this is the concept about this one. About this concept, I am going to give a test, grand test, which is on the description or in the WhatsApp groups. So please join in WhatsApp groups. In the description, I don't give to sometime, means after notification I am going to give in the description. So if you like this video, you can like it. If you want to share it, you can share it. If you want to make your friends subscribe, please make your friends subscribe. Thank you very much for watching Gauri Smart channel. Thank you.